In the middle of a cold, mist-covered valley, surrounded by silent mountains and ancient trees, walked a man named Jonah. He was in his mid-30s, dressed in worn-out clothes, carrying a small sack and eyes full of exhaustion. Jonah wasn't poor, nor was he running from someone, but he felt lost, empty, and restless. He had wealth, a good career, a home filled with everything money could buy, but something inside him remained hollow. So one day he left everything behind and began walking. From cities to villages, from temples to caves, he wandered, searching for an answer he couldn't quite put into words. After weeks of walking, Jonah reached the edge of a cliff, where stood a small, ancient temple made of black stone. It looked abandoned, cracked with age, wrapped in thick ivy and silence. But something about it called him in. As he entered, he saw a single candle glowing in the center, and behind it, a mirror, tall, old, and covered with dust. There was no idol, no priest, no scripture, just that mirror, standing like a forgotten truth. Just as Jonah stepped closer, an old voice echoed in the silence. "Do you seek to find peace?" Startled, Jonah turned and saw an old monk sitting quietly in the shadows. He nodded slowly. "Yes, I've tried everything, but I feel lost. I don't know what I'm missing." The monk smiled gently, his face calm like still water. "Then look into the mirror of the mind," he said, "but only if you're ready to see everything." Jonah hesitated. "Everything?" The monk replied. "Not just your beauty, but your lies, your fears, your guilt, your greed, your forgotten dreams. This mirror doesn't show the face, it shows the truth." Jonah stood before the mirror and slowly wiped off the dust. At first, he saw his reflection, tired eyes, rough skin, unshaved beard. But then, the mirror began to change. He saw himself yelling at his parents, ignoring their calls. He saw the friendship he broke out of pride. He saw the nights he cried alone, pretending to be strong. Then he saw a child, his younger self, sitting in a corner, scared and unheard. Tears welled up in Jonah's eyes. He had run from this truth for years, hiding in work, success, relationships. But here, in this mirror, he saw himself, as he truly was. And for the first time, he didn't look away. He sat down in silence for hours, breathing slowly, watching his thoughts rise and fall like waves. No phone, no noise, just himself, raw, broken, real. The monk finally spoke again. "Most people run from their minds, Jonah. They escape into noise, into distractions, but you faced your mirror, and now, healing can begin." Jonah asked softly, "But how do I stay at peace after I leave here?" The monk said, "By watching. Watch your thoughts like clouds. Watch your emotions without judgment. And always remember, the mirror is not here. It is within you." Jonah left the temple at sunrise. He didn't have all the answers, but he had something more powerful: awareness. He could now hear his thoughts. He could catch himself before reacting. He could forgive, let go, and live in the moment. He returned to the city, but he was no longer the same man. So, friends, you don't find peace by running away. You find it by looking within, bravely, honestly, deeply, because your greatest enemy and your greatest guide both live inside your mind.